Hey everybody, Curseius here with more Beholder 2. So, you know what's great is starting to record and then realizing 30 minutes in that the microphone is muted on OBS. Anyways, so we had to restart the whole recording over. So I'm friends with people, or getting to be friends with people. I need to become friends with Docking and Horatio. And let's see what Oliver needs. Shit. What's the matter, Oliver? Our floor is completely behind schedule, and it's all because they took in that dead weight that doesn't know how to work. What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about, that bloody Maria Curie. Everyone treats her like a scientist, but to me she's just a simpleton. Nobody knows what she's babbling on about, and most importantly, her results are shit. Maybe you should try talking to her in her own language. Very clever. Go and talk to her yourself then. But please, Redgrave, make her work. If you want to keep working on this floor, that is. Okay. Fine, I'll try to do something. Don't try, Evan, do. We're a scientist and we love precision. Alright. Well, I read a book that let me speak her language, so we're good to go here. Oh, you speak in my language. At least I guess to give me an interpreter. I'm not an interpreter. I know, you are Evan. Your names I know. Who are you? I'm just your colleague. Ask about work. Maria, to be honest, I studied your language to find out why you aren't working. Not working? Yes, Oliver Vertinsky says that you work in neuroscience and genetics, and that DNA is a universal language that doesn't need translating. He expects some results from you. Universal language? If Jailer beat Oliver every night, all languages he would have forgotten. What are you talking about? All day I sit and wait for the night with fear. I cannot write, I cannot read, I cannot do anything. Why? At night, guard comes, angry, bad, nobody sees. Is the guard beating you? Why didn't you say anything? Oh yeah. I tried to make a report, but no one understands. I'm scared, no way out. This is unacceptable. I won't let it stand. Either he'll leave you on his own, or I'll find a way to rein him in, and he will regret it. No, Evan, it will be worse. I cannot stand it. Don't worry, given the kind of hurdles I had to overcome to make it to this floor, it'll take more than some guard to stop me. Alright. We'll figure it out. Talk to Oliver. I found out why Maria Curie isn't doing any work. Can we talk about this? Spit it out. Tell him the guard is raping her. Convince him that she needs an interpreter. Lie and say she doesn't want to. I think convincing him that she needs an interpreter is best, because nobody can understand her anyway, so reporting the guard is meaningless, seeing as there's no proof. So let's just pay 1,000 gold for the interpreter. It all comes down to language barrier. She doesn't understand what's needed of her, and you won't understand her inventions because you don't know the language. So what do we do? Find an interpreter. I know that there is a problem with them, but if you want her to work, you'll have to look for one. Pay a hefty sum. There are almost no interpreters left, and the remaining ones charge a lot. Here, this should be enough. You want to pay for the interpreter? We're in the same boat, Oliver. I'm willing to do anything for the sake of the ministry. I don't believe you, but it is commendable. Fine. I'll try to solve this problem. Excellent. Good job, Oliver. You're the bomb. And Horatio, get out of your workplace. Damn it. I need to access Horatio's terminal to do things. Because future Horatio says that the clones have a problem in their firmware, and I need to access Horatio's computer to fix it. So this is the one right here. Let's take a look at his nothing interesting. The Peter Dong email. And no, the funny thing is nobody's opened it. That's the hilarious part. And nothing important. Okay. So we'll hit this. And he said that the correct answer is B. So this is the one. Oh, I got 1,500 gold too. Nice. Okay. Alright, we're done. I don't need to do anything else here today. And good to go. So we're just going to go home, watch the TV shows that I need to watch, pay some bills, and we're good to go. Yes. Yes, sir. Huh. Anyway. And, oh, by the way, the reason I didn't actually get the last part of this game out is that I lost my save file due to my own stupidity. So I had to replay the game up to this point. And I redid a lot of things to try and get things to be more happy. And it turns out that, like, John Smith was bugged to the point where that I couldn't get him out of the ministry. Like, he always ended up dead no matter what. And I don't know if that's a bug that everyone's encountered. So, anyways, I made a mistake, Evan. Hello, Horatio. You said that line already. No, you don't understand. Right after the firmware installation, the boss and I vaccinated the Carls against all disease, and they developed an incredible immunity to everything. Where are you going with that? Including the Borean fever, damn it. But the vaccine turned out to be defective, and instead of getting a perfectly protected Carl, we genetically modified it with a biological bomb in 23 generations. In our time, they suddenly became carriers of Borean fever. But it's been defeated for 300 years at least. A group of bona fide moron clones excavated an old burial ground. With their perfect immunity, they never even noticed that they had caught it. And we went on to spread it to people. What happened next? Since everyone had forgotten about the disease, there was no medicine to treat it. Only patients in the infection wards and our group of scientists were saved. How did you manage? When the authorities learned about the epidemic, all the geniuses were relocated to an underground bunker, where there were no clones, no connections to the outside world. As you know, I was among them. You're something else, Horatio. I'm a genius, otherwise I wouldn't be here. Help for prepayment. New business, new prepayments. Keep your paper, it's useless in my time anyhow. You're unlikely to find a vaccine for Borean fever, even in this time. It's a long-forgotten, scary story. Here, this is a revised vaccine, the composition of which is completely identical to the one that we injected into the clones. If you inject all the Carls with it, you'll stop the epidemic before it even starts. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be even more difficult for all those people in the future who die from bursting eyes and boiling blood. Anything else? I have to go. Figure it out. You're a dick, Horatio. Bills. Let's see what bills we need to pay, right? We'll just pay all these and we're good to go. Good to go. Good to go, sons. TV, we need to watch the Quantum Junk Heap and the Schrodinger effect. And then I need to read a book. If I remember right. Yeah, picking disc locks. Thank you. And we're good to go. Alright, back to work. Well, then again, though, who goes to work to work? I certainly don't go to work at the ministry. Like, only idiots work at the ministry. And I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Coffee. Caffeine! You just feel that caffeine rush. Anyways, Docking! Discuss quantum junk heap. And, how many hearts is that for docking? Just one? Damn it. Does that mean this is just one for Horatio, too? Where the frick is Horatio? There he is. Okay, so that is just one heart. What else do I need to do? I'm not going to spend my authority To do anything. Oh yeah, talk to about interpreter. See, they gave you an interpreter. Yes, now I can ask to go to the bathroom or tell them if something hurts. Then why are you so sad? Because my soul hurts, Evan. What happened? I'm with a child. Whoa, how could that happen? You don't know anyone here? The guard. Oh, I'm sorry. So what now? I don't know, his child. I don't want to keep, but this is also my child. My child is not my enemy, Evan. What should I do? Suggest running away. Suggest contacting the embassy. Advise her not to keep the child. Keep the child and work hard. Discuss it another time. That's a tough, it's a taboo subject, right? Keep the child and work hard. No child is to blame for the sins of its father. Human life is cheap in this country. If you think you can make your child's life worth something more, then you should keep it. You think I should give birth? Yeah, support her. I know you can do it. Just think about your baby. Gently breathing against your chest. Oh, I'm going to cry, Evan. I do really want a child. You'll make a great mother. Mother me. All my life I dreamed about it. It is a pity that everything happened here. But the child is not to blame, yes? Of course. Thank you for the support. Okay. And this is the interpreter? Cool. Talk about Curry. How's your ward doing? It's the first time I've met such a competent native speaker. Even the teachers at our intelligence schools didn't talk like that. She has some incredible diphthongoids. What? She has what now? You wouldn't understand. Work. Quite a while, but I used to specialize in geology. Now I have to study genetics because I can't understand half of what Maria says. How did you learn the language? I heard that everyone who spoke it was executed for being spies. I have a medal from the leader himself. They wouldn't dare touch me. What medal? We're carrying out a particularly dangerous mission in enemy territory. That's where I learned the language. And when they retired me after my injury, I became an interpreter. Oh, nice. Okay. So I talked to Horatio and Docking. And I think we're good for today. So I'm just going to go home. Just gonna go home and watch TV. Because again, who the works? I don't work. I don't come to the ministry to work. Okay? What's this guy? Hear the word of the leader. Open your soul to him. Join us. The word of the leader. Get answers to all your questions. All of them? The leader's wisdom knows no limits. You don't have to think or choose anymore. The leader has all the answers. Just come to us and find out. What question is bothering you? Oh, yeah. He just talks all nonsense. Like, he just talks around your questions. It's kind of stupid. Alright, so I don't need to do anything today. I think my bills are all good. Pay that one. Okay. We got 3 days on all the bills. TV show. Oop, I hear a dog in my hallway. Okay, so I just got done talking to Horatio and Docking about their TV shows. Let's see what Amelia needs. Finish a task. General chat. Private life. Why, are you married? Or relax, you're not my type. It's just everyone here is so smart. But you're not one of them? Don't be offended, sweetheart. I just feel like I'm the stupidest person here. And that isn't right. It's not my fault that our professors gave out grades without us having to take the exams. Recommend self-development. I think you should consider self-development. It'll open new horizons for you. It's not as easy as it seems, are you sure? Yeah. Yeah, you can take some courses, meet new people, make connections, and succeed. Alright, thank you. If you see any notices of any courses, let me know, okay? Okay. But, okay, so I don't need to be here again today. So we're going to quickly go home. And then, what else? No, that'll be it. I just need to befriend these two morons and then finish up their quest arcs. And then we can talk to Weinberg about what he needs Evan to do for him, and so we can get the dirt on Mr. Weinberg. Who's knocking on my door? I don't want your Boy Scout cookies. Or Girl Scout cookies. Hi, do you work a lot? Do you get tired? Is your career stalling? Do you keep trying but nothing? Excuse me, but who are you? Personal motivation coach. With me you can be successful. You can reach your goals. You can move up the career ladder. Thanks, I'm not interested. That's because of your low self-esteem. Come to my self-satisfaction training to learn how to become interested in yourself again. Self-satisfaction, you say? See, you're already interested. My company, Wings, offers personal development training, including self-satisfaction training. You want to like yourself, don't you? I already do. That's great. You're so sure of yourself. Please, take our leaflets and spread the word at work. Let everyone be happy. Okay. I guess this could be something I could give to Amelia. Bills. I think there's a bill due. Well, these are due tomorrow. But why don't we just, you know, pay it all because I can. Boom. Alright. Then I just need to watch these 2 shows. Quantum Junkie, Schrodinger Effect, and we're good. Nothing else to do. Like, there's really nothing else to do with my time. I've searched everything, done pretty much everything. So we pretty much just need to get these quest arcs out of the way. So now today, Horatio should let me vaccinate the clones without having to spend authority to do so. Get walking. Well, the developers made a little change in the game too. Your first offense for breaking the rules is free, so you don't have to worry about getting caught the first time you do something bad. Amelia. Word of the leader or wings? Ooh, that's right. I have that business card from the word of the leader. How about wings? Amelia, I found one very interesting option. A man came to my house with a leaflet about some personal development courses. He was very well dressed and seemed trustworthy. I think that's the way to go. Sounds interesting. Are you sure? Sure. Amelia, I'm completely sure. It's the best. I think they can really help you. Okay. Maybe. The word of the leader is really stupid. Like, they're just like a cult, for the most part. Alright. Docking! Knock, knock, knock! General chat, discuss... No spoilers, absolutely. Suit yourself. Alright, he's a friend now. Friendship is always helpful. Horatio! And friends with a colleague, okay? Clone vaccination. I want to discuss the vaccinations. There's nothing to discuss here. That information is classified. And besides, do not distract me. I have a lot to do. That's what I wanted to talk about. Let me help you with the vaccinations. A great mind such as yours shouldn't be wasted on giving injections to clones. I might learn a thing or two. Well, I suppose you do have a point. It's like hammering nails with a microscope. And it would be beneficial to you, that's true. Can you do it, though? My mother was sick for a long time. I had to give her injections. I think I'll manage okay. Fine. Proceed in the meantime. I need to contemplate a thought on what may... contemplate a thought that may lead to another scientific breakthrough. Alright, let's talk to the Carls. Vaccinate! They all say the same thing. Vaccinate! Hello, Carl. By the way, these Carls, they are a clone of the character from the very first Beholder game. And from what it seems, they, you know, they're a clone of that man who was an apartment building manager that ended up dying, I guess? or having a really bad year, I guess. But I didn't play the first Beholder all the way through, but things were going pretty downhill for that particular Carl. Alright, so I vaccinated all those clones. Let's see what docking needs from me. Work. Diversity quotas. I have a disability. Disability? What? You can't see it? Ha, it's a mental disability. What do you mean? Blood vessels in my head are shot. Ever heard of an aneurysm? The Ministry of Social Care sets aside a few places for people like me. Smart, but weak in the head. This is a welfare state after all, right, Evan? Of course. So in a way, I'm the personification of this state. I have a blood clot in my head, but also a job. How's it going? It could be worse. Though every year I have to go to the bureaucrats and prove to them that a miracle hasn't happened yet. What do you mean? I need a disability certificate to keep this job. By the way, can you help me? I'll do what I can. These idiots recently moved the Department of Information from the Ministry to the other end of town on the 12th floor, no less. It must be inconvenient. Inconvenient? The stairs will be the death of me. Maybe you could go and get the certificate for me. Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Goodbye, sir. We'll talk about it later. I got money again. Money, money, money. Who goes to work? To work. Like, when your co-workers pay you to do stuff for them, why do you need your job in the first place? Right? I think so. Anyway. Do. Burp, 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 burp. Evan, it worked! Horatio, I didn't expect to see you again. Didn't you say you had a limited number of jumps? I have no limits now, Evan. But let's cut to the chase. We recently opened up an archive and there was a lot of money from your time inside. You could use it for experiments, but I thought it'd be a worthy reward for someone like you. Like me? Well, yes, you're just following my orders. Alright, take the money. Give me that money. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm not going to turn it down either. That's alright, Matthew. How often do you have the honor of receiving money from the hands of the brightest mind in your distant future? Well, actually, it's just money. Well, actually, I didn't expect you would appreciate the moment. You never came across as a smart type. Let's get down to business. Alright, here. I don't know whether we'll meet again or not. Most likely not. I do not want to come back here, but if you happen to see me walking down the street, don't come up and say hi, okay? Why? Because I just don't want to. Bye! You're weird. Bills. 2 bills? I'll just pay them both because I can. Alright. And I don't need the TV shows. Oh, burp. We need to go to the office and get that certificate. Go get a certificate for Stephen Docking. Let's do it! Alright, you make several changes on public transport to get to the certificate issue office. Stephen was right. The great building has no elevators, and breathless visitors have to climb the stairs to the upper floors. After standing in line, you meet the clerk who issues certificates. He asks what your business is. Oh, just talk. I came all the way here just to talk. No, proof of disability. You explain your problem. The clerk checks his paper and reports the Ministry of Social Care has decided to provide disabled people with the treatment in order to reduce costs. Right now, there is an opportunity to get a referral for treatment at the old Patriot Sanatorium, where Stephen can get rid of his aneurysm completely. Well, Stephen didn't ask for that, so I'll just get him his certificate. You disappoint the clerk, who seems to have his own quota to meet. He purses his lips, slaps a stamp on the document, slides it to you, and shouts, "Next!" Well, that wasn't as hard as Stephen said. You return home satisfied, certificate in hand. I'm not going to do something Stephen didn't ask me to do, you know? And we're good. Go to sleep, go home, or go to work. Or go to work. Anyway. We're going to work. Yeah, so I didn't think this game... Oh. Hello, Maria. How are you? Where are you calling from? Evan, the management learned about that I am pregnant. They made me fired from the ministry. I have no right to give birth without a citizenship. Why don't you leave? I know a permission to enter. Without it, I cannot get permission to leave. What are you going to do? They sent me to work toilets at the station. Should be clean, and I can do that job. That's terrible. My interpreter still talks with me. He is my only hope. Can I help you with anything? No, Evan, it's too much risk. Thank you for doing everything. Bye-bye. Wait, why did it say calling? Was that supposed to be a phone call and not a encounter in the square? That's weird. But okay, so she's gone from the competitive work environment. Comrade Redgrave, Comrade Weinberg wants to see you. Shouldn't keep him waiting. Alright. Redgrave, what are you doing? You scoundrel. How did it even occur to you? What are you talking about, Comrade Weinberg? Weinberg. Yeah. You made changes to the firmware and replaced the vaccine that we injected the clones with. What, cat got your tongue? Didn't think I'd find out? You can't hide it from me. You're done for. Redgrave, who ordered you to sabotage everything? It wasn't an order, he asked. His name is Horatio Newport. He came from the future to prevent a global catastrophe. Evan, are you drunk? What future? What disaster? You were taken advantage of to commit sabotage, then framed and ratted out as soon as it started to smell bad. You think so? You are a spectacular imbecile. Make peace or pay. Well, making peace is obviously bad, so paying him off is the best. I'm willing to do everything I can and dedicate every effort, every skill to fix my mistake. No, I won't let you go anywhere near these matters anymore. What should I do now? Go for now. Work. I will deal with your mess. But I will transfer Newport to a better place with thick walls and away from prying eyes. Okay, so Newport is gone. So that's 2 out of 3 people gone from the competitive work environment. That works. Let's go talk to Mr. Dawkin here. Stephen Dawking, who has a disability. Give him the certificate he asked for. I bought you a quota certificate. About time. I've already been summoned to the personnel department. Give it here. They wanted to send you for treatment, but I refused because you didn't ask for it. Maybe I shouldn't have? Treatment, you say? The way they treat people, I'd rather suffer my whole life. Thank you, Evan. Did it cost you much? Tell me, I'll pay. Oh, I don't need his gold. I have a travel card, so I didn't spend a thing. Of course, one has to enjoy the benefits that the state provides, right? All hail a leader. Of course, of course. Why do you need these quota certificates, BR? Wait, and why do you need these quota certificates? Or these quotas? Certificates, bureaucracy. Aren't you eligible for some kind of allowance? You think I'm here for the money? What else? Okay, you look like a reliable guy. Have you heard anything about the chemical factory in the suburbs? The one you're not supposed to go anywhere near? That's the one! I was born in the suburbs. When the factory was built there, they surrounded the entire village with barbed wire so that no one could tell people about the emissions that the factory produced. That's how I got my aneurysm and disability. But it turned out that to be a blessing in disguise, my disability helped me get this job, and now I can get drugs, surgical tools, and even transplants. But why? People are dying in the suburbs, Evan. Once a week, I bring them cloned organs, medications, and dressings. I perform surgeries. They have no other medicine. What do you think is better, Evan? Recycling unwanted organs in the shredder or helping people? Well, helping people, obviously. Is there any way I can help fix the situation? Do you have the Novichok antidote? Who told you? Can you stop the chemical factory? No. Maybe you can convince the boss to send organs to the village officially. Not likely. Then how can you help me? I don't know yet, Stephen, but I'll try. Okay, ask about options. I see 3 of them. Get the Novichok antidote, arrange official deliveries of organs and medicine, or just shut the factory down somehow. So transplants will help. Yes, but I can't reach an agreement with the boss. He says that evolution knows what's best. To hell with evolution. Evolution didn't build the factories that are killing the environment and those workers. Alright, let me try talking to the boss. I don't think he'll come across very receptive to me, but... Or maybe he'll be more receptive to Evan. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, wait. I did the wrong thing. Well, I'm here anyway. I mean, might as well... Table with blueprints? No. 5 hours. I can do that later. Probably after I get the boss caught. But, okay, yeah. I totally didn't mean to do that. I wanted to knock on the door. There we go. Let's talk to Weinberg. Call for help in the suburbs. May I talk to you about a personal matter? In general, I don't welcome these things, but since you're here, I won't take long. We have a lot of biomaterial left after the experiments on the clones. Can I keep their internal organs? Why do you need internal organs for experiments? But you're not a scientist. There's a place where they could do a lot of good. The chemical plant is poisoning everyone around it, and people are getting sick. Do you want to transplant organs into people who are going to die from pollution anyways? What's the point? Evolution has made its choice. But these are human beings. It's not their fault the plant was built there. Stephen Dawking is trying to somehow alleviate their fate, but he lacks the resources, so I decided to help. Evan, I believe I also asked you to help me. Yes, but... So then why are you asking me for a favor in return, having not yet done a thing for me? Do what I ask, and then we'll talk. Bastard. Alright, find out what he wants. Alright, I have an important task for you. Of course. This floor, we bend nature to our will and reshape human nature as we please. You probably wondered why. Why? Why to correct mistakes? Over the course of our evolution, humans have accumulated so much genetic, biological, and social debris that we simply cannot keep encouraging the haphazard and chaotic development of our species. But I thought we couldn't do anything about that. Wrong! And that is exactly what your task is concerned with. We have learned to remotely stimulate certain parts of the brain, causing recipients to react in accordance with our wishes. Department RGD-9, acting under orders of the Ministry of Patriotism, has developed portable emitters. You need to install them in the ministry. Alright, what are these emitters? A side development for our main project with your father. They worked at the physiological level. They stimulate the patriotism gland and the production of adrenaline. Patriotism gland? Yes, such a thing exists. I'll show you later. The ministry has decided to give its employees some extra love for the motherland, as well as a productivity boost. Is that possible? I told you, Evan. We're at the point where we can correct nature's mistakes, and there are quite a lot in those humans. A lot of those in humans. And yes, I can do anything here. Safety. Is it safe? It's actually good for people, Evan. They've all gotten lazy and forgotten who makes their lives happier. Installation spots. Where do I put them? The processing procedure requires that the recipients remain within the emission radius for a certain time. Therefore, the patriotism emitters must be placed inside statues and the busts of the leader. We'll have just enough time for the procedure while people are cheering. I see. The productivity amplifiers should be put in crowded places. Vending machines, eateries, water fountains, office phones. We don't need any on our floor. Everyone is working hard here already. Okay. Got it. Shall I get started? Here are the emitters. Okay. Let's just go put them where they need to go. Let's go to the floor below me here and we'll figure it out. Okay. So fountains, he said. That's one. This is another one. So we'll just put these little emitters and stuff down. Put the emitter in the phone. I think that's all there is on this floor. Yep, that's everything here. So this floor, I think there's actually a thing over here, a terminal that I can put in mine. Yep, here it is. Sweet. That guard is gonna have a lot of time sitting there Put one here. Potted plants? Nope. Okay. I believe there's a vending machine coming up here. The vending machine. No, itchy. Anyway. Alright, next area. The work area should have the rest. Busted the leader. Oop. Alright, excellent. Phone. Is that all of it? Wait, no, there's another leader bust over here. Oh, and a fountain. Apparently. Apparently there's a fountain. And the leader bust, which I knew was here. All done. Alright. We got that. Yeah, hold on, Docking. I'll have your organs. I will get you your organs, Mr. Docking. Knock on the door, damn it. Alright, Weinberg, I did what you wanted. I'm done with the emitters, comrade. Did everything go as planned? Yes, I did. Everything like you said. Statues and minis. Excellent. Let's see how this will affect the overall indicators of personality testing. Where did we leave off? You said the emitters are a side project we work with my father. And what was the main goal? Unfortunately, I cannot tell you that, Evan. It's classified. Heimdall? Yes. What? No, I never mentioned anything about that. In a nutshell, at least, this has got some brilliant idea. Brilliant doesn't even describe it well. Fine. In a nutshell, the world is not perfect. Sorry, Comrade Weinberg, but that's not such a new idea. The novelty of an idea is determined by the conclusion derived from it, Evan. Caleb and I came to the conclusion that imperfection can be corrected if we correct those who create it. That is to say, people. Either they stop making mistakes, or they will have to be replaced by those who do not make mistakes. Replaced by whom? Look around you. Do you still not understand? Clones? Do you want to replace people with clones? For starters, we just need to get to know people better, dissect their consciousness, understand their essence, so as to not repeat their mistakes in clones. Have you already undergone personality testing? No. It's a mandatory procedure. Find a work phone and answer the test questions. And then we'll compare your results to everyone else's. Why? Find out whether you're fit to work here. If this is necessary for work, then of course I'll do it. Alright, let's go to the phone and find out about this little test I gotta take. There's a work phone right here. Complete the survey. Start. Select a topic. Okay, logic. If you cross a unicorn with an octopus, you get single horn octopus, whatever the leader commands, an 8-legged unicorn. Single horn octopus. If a person loses their thumb and index finger, what will their ring finger be called? Thumb and index. Well, then this would be your new middle finger, right? Our ancestors came before us. Our descendants will come after us. Who are we? Now people, here people, servants of the wise leader. Well, there is actually a term for this. If I'm not mistaken, the term is that we are the current ancestors. But that is not here. So, we are now people? Choose a topic. Morality. Is it acceptable to beat a person who's lying on the ground? If the leader commands it. Is it acceptable to imprison a suspected criminal before a crime is committed? Before they commit a crime? No. Is it okay to do something illegal if no one ever will know? No. Philosophy. Are your beliefs true? I believe they're true. What is the difference between an ordinary person and a normal person? Citizenship. I don't know. Question 3. Is victory over yourself a victory over or a defeat? Well, if you're beating your own like your own set of goals, then it's a victory, right? I mean, any victory over yourself, over yourself, is victory. Physiology. When does a person stop growing and start getting old? Whenever they want. What are butterflies in your stomach? It's a figure of speech. What is the name of the back of the knee? Does it actually have a name? It's not the leg pit. And I don't know what a popliteal cavity is, or if that's really a word. Let's just say it has no name. The world. How long can a human live? Until they die? What is the speed of darkness? See Directive 54682. Proportional to the speed of light, equal to the speed of light. See Directive number 54682. What is the blunt side of a knife called? That's the butt. The mystery is collecting information. Thank you for taking part in the survey. Glory to the leader. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Well, excellent. 28 minutes so far. We're making good time, I think. Alright, Mr. Weinberg. Report test result. I passed the test. Yes, I know. And I don't think you tried at all. To tell you the truth, I don't understand why I was being asked those things. You didn't? Okay, I'll show you something. Follow me. Ooh. He's gonna show me something. Hopefully it's not dirty. Oh, okay. This is my lab, but I call it the throne room. This is where the future of our country lies. If everything goes well, I will tell you more about it. Okay. Comrade Weinberg. Hello, Carl. Comrade Weinberg. Hello, Carl. Comrade Weinberg. Hello, Carl. I'm so sick of it. Well, why do you call them all Carl then? You know? So, well, here we are. Everything that you see is a result of well-coordinated work between man and clone. Meet Carl Stein, the so-called Carl Zero, the first model, the master copy. Somehow he doesn't strike me as the perfect specimen. And that's what we, the geneticists and biologists, are here for. When we copy him, we introduce a genetic correction code into the body and firmware into his consciousness. The latter suppresses Carl Zero's unneeded memories and emotions, while enhancing the qualities we're looking for: diligence, submission, endurance, as well as a lack of curiosity, compassion, and experience. So the base version isn't important to you at all. Why do you keep Carl here then? Historically, all our technologies were designed around him, and recently a bug has appeared in the firmware that we are still unable to fix. A bug in the firmware? Yes, Carl had a pretty difficult life. All those fears, experiences, and losses got lodged somewhere very deep inside him and have been manifesting themselves in his clones at the most unexpected times via a weakness in their firmware. What do you want to do? I have a hypothesis that the breakdown creates a complex memory of the last year of Carl's life. Something happened during this period. Something very bad. Something that won't stop bugging him despite the fact that we've cut up his brain in every conceivable way. Now, how do we fix it? We need to find out what those events were and what combination of memories caused this effect. Don't you know? When I cut up a lab rat, I don't care how many brothers it had or how well it slept. Clones must obey their coding. That's all I know. Or that's what I know. But he's not a lab rat. Evan, I have no time to play philosophical games with you. Find out what happened to Carl and find out how these memories managed to penetrate the firmware. So find out what hurt him, then hurt him more? Well, when you put it that way, yes, this is what we call a scientific experiment, in case you weren't aware. Let's do it. To get started, collect all the information you can about the last year of Carl Stein's life. Everything you can find out. Your colleagues know something. From time to time, they've needed this kind of information for their work. And there's bound to be something in the archives. Is the building where he lives still there? Aha, great idea. You can check the building. There might still be some emotional ties there. And then we'll create a visual simulation of Carl's consciousness and feed him everything we've found. If my hypothesis is correct, then we'll find out what caused the firmware malfunction. And if not, then we'll keep searching, combining, and trying. It should all work at some point. Alright. That looks like a bunch of clones worshipping a statue of Weinberg. Anyway. So I was right then. That Carl is the very first Carl that was created, and he was sent to be the building manager of that building in the first game. Oh wait, that's right. My some of my comrades here should know something about Carl. If I go to the right floor. Docking. What do you know about Carl? Do you have any information about Carl Zero? About the prototype? Why do you ask? Weinberg asked me to find out. He's having some difficulties with the firmware. I read in the documents that they tested some experimental anti-sleep drug on the prototype. Did it somehow affect the clones? I don't know, but the clones have a good resistance to all medication and are great for testing drugs on. Thanks. Huh. Well, Horatio's gone, so I don't know anything. But Oliver might have information. Do you know anything about Carl Zero? Yes, I looked into that at one point. He's the first clone of a man named Carl Stein. I wanted to know what was so different about him that they decided to make copies. And what did you find out? Nothing. An ordinary middle-aged man with average intelligence and health. You can request the data from the archive if you want. It's all in there. Interesting. Okay, so that's all the information I can get. Hey, look. My sub count has been going up. That's very nice. I appreciate that. Everybody who subscribes, I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and go home. I have 4,200 gold, which means I don't need to do anything other than pay my bills and go to Carl's apartment, I guess. Who's calling me? Stop calling me! I don't want telemarketer stuff. Pick up the phone. Unknown number. Hello, Evan. It's Amelia Weiss. I'd like to thank you. For what? Remember you told me about the self-development workshop? It was a revelation. I realized I had been living my whole life wrong. I had the wrong job, did things I didn't want to do, loved the wrong people. Wow, I didn't think it'd have such a profound effect. Yeah, Evan, it's wonderful. I found a new job, and a job that I like, and where my work is appreciated. All thanks to you. I've transferred you some money as a token of gratitude. Thanks again. Goodbye. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Amelia. Amelia? Hello? Call the archive. Carl Stein. Fulfilling request. Carl Stein, personal file classified. The dossier was destroyed by order of Ministry of Cutting-Edge Scientific Developments. Last place of work, the manager of Class D Apartments, Building 6 Crucifish Street. Thank you, that's something to go on. Excellent. So I know where he is and I can go to his apartment now. First, let's pay some bills. Pay them bills! Pay them bills! Alright. So let's go to 6 Crucifish Street. Nah. Let's go. Let's see what happened to Carl Stein. You arrive at 6 Crucifish Street and try to question the tenants about Carl Stein, the previous building manager. A few tenants remain from that time. Currently, they're all gathered in one apartment, ready to talk. You find out that Carl's wife was called Anna, and their son was Patrick, and their daughter was Martha. And the building loved And everyone in the building loved Martha especially. Talk to the old man. This is Mark Rennack, an honored archive worker. He remembers Carl Stein and his family very well. Ask about Anna. A good housewife she was, are the only words the old man could say. Patrick. He says that while Patrick was a bit of a layabout, he was fond of studying. Carl asked for some books for his son, but Rennack didn't have them. But that good-for-nothing Shimmer did. Carl turned him into the authorities afterwards, and rightfully so. Okay, Martha. He says that she was a good girl, but poorly treated. Once she lost her doll, Naira, and went around asking everyone about it. She came knocking at the door 3 times, and Mark wasn't able to take a nap after lunch. Talking to a woman. This is Rosa Rennack, a pleasant old lady, still unclear how she manages to avoid the blissful sleep. Ask about Anna. She says that Anna loved her children very much. She would have done anything for them. When Patrick needed money for university, she tried to sell her belongings. She hoped that Carl would sort it out, but he failed to get money for his son. Patrick was expelled. Patrick. Rosa remembers that once she found him crying in the laundry room. It turned out to be his girlfriend, Andrea Gorchik, and her whole family had been executed at the border. Ouch. Ask about Martha. Rosa says that Martha was a sweet girl who loved candies as much as the next child. Once she told everyone that her brother had taken a pair of glasses belonging to Mark, Rosa's husband, just so she could get candy. Mark was going to call the police. Talk to nice man. This is Aloysius Spack, a famous surgeon. He says that Carl helped him with his personal life. He lived in another building for a while, but then he came back. Anna. Says that Anna was a wonderful woman, but she had frail nerves. She died a month after they took Carl, their children. She died a month after they took Carl. Their children had already died by then. Ooh. When they came to evict her, she shot Bruno Hempf, the big boss, right in the stomach. She got 11 shots in return. Ow, that sucks. Patrick. Aloysius remembers reading about a cave-in in the mine. More than 40 people died, including Patrick Stein. It was his first month of work. They brought Anna the death notice and her son's helmet. She fainted. Martha. Martha died. She used to say that she had a little son inside her. That son finally burned her. Aloysius started weeping. You've heard all the stories already here. Okay. Well, Carl had a pretty shitty last year of his life. Yeah. I didn't think things would go that bad for him. I think I almost need to play the first game to get the full effect of what's going on with that. And I presume Carl... Yep, Carl Zero's right here. She used to call us here. Wow. Okay. Let's go talk to Weinberg. And we're going to figure out the rest of what's going on here. Oh, wait. You know, I've already ejected like 2 people. I just realized this. Let's see what was in their desks. 2 biometric safes, a book, hacking Exodus terminals. I'll need that. And open that. I still need 60 Heimdall codes. Yeah, give me a minute, Steven. Weinberg! Report on Carl Stein. I've got a lot of available information on life of Carl Stein. Are you sure? Yes. Alright, let's go. Alright, I've developed a special interface for data exchange with Carl Zero. Now, I will create a visual simulation to make it easier for you to control the process with this interface. You'll be able to start a dialogue with Carl's consciousness. Your task is to cause a peak reaction. Make him experience a barrage of negative emotions. Maybe it'd be better if you did it? I don't really like torturing people. And have you tried to control a visual simulation? No way! You started this, you finish it. But what if I fail? Evan Sands can do anything. It's just a matter of how many experiments you carry out. And you have no limits in this regard. Well, that's true. Well, press the buttons. Patrick Stein. Hello, Father. Patrick? Yes, that's me. What are you doing here? Did you really not find any money? What money? So I could study at university. I wanted to finish my studies. I'm just a building manager. Your mother doesn't work. Martha's sick. We just don't have that kind of money. Just what I figured. You'd never given a shit about me. No, Patrick, how can you say that? Everything would have been easier for you if I died in the mines, right, Dad? Isn't that what you wanted? No. No! And I heard that you wrote a denunciation of the Shimmers. Who are they? Don't you remember them? No. They're our neighbors, Klaus and Maria, a tobacco seller and a teacher. Yeah, I remember something. Why do you care about them? Shimmer gave me the book for my studies. Shimmer helped me with my textbooks, and then you turned him into the police. Me? But why, Father? I don't remember. When Klaus was arrested, Maria committed suicide. It's all your fault, Father. But I didn't want to. Do you remember that girl I asked on a date, and you gave me money for theater tickets and flowers? Yes. When will you introduce me to her? What's her name? It was Gorchik. That was her name, Father. I can't introduce her anymore. Why? What happened? Did you break up? She's dead, Father. My God. You didn't give me money for us to safely leave the country. She and her family were all executed at the border. That's terrible. You ruined my life. Are you happy, Father? Patrick, my son, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Oop, now we're looking at Martha. Daddy, did you already bring me what you promised? Martha, my dear, what did I promise you? What, have you forgotten? I saw who took Mark Rannoch's glasses and you promised to buy me candy. Of course I remember. You wanted candy. Did you bring it? No, Martha, I don't have any. Sniff, sniff. Martha, my dear, don't be upset. But I am upset, Daddy. Do you remember my doll? It was, Naira. Yes, Naira. She's lost and you forgot about my present. Sorry, my dear. Shouldn't every child have a childhood? No presents, no dolls. Martha, honey, forgive me. I wasn't myself. And didn't you bring the medicine? What medicine, Martha? Have you forgotten who lives inside me? I told you there's a little son. Yes, little son. And I'll die without the medicine, Daddy. Will you die, Martha? Oh my God, I remember. Yes, Dad, I will. Martha, Martha, no. Oop, Anna, his wife. Carl? Anna, is that you? Yes, it's me, Carl. Martha's dead because of you. I didn't want this. You didn't want anything, Carl, except to sit in your closet and spy on the tenants. But, Anna, do you remember what I asked you when Martha fell ill? I asked you to get the prohibited medicine. Yes, you asked to get the prohibited medicine, the Liebesspirit. I couldn't get it, Anna. Just couldn't. Our daughter died, Carl, because you failed to get that lousy medicine. And what about Patrick? Do you remember our son, Patrick, Carl? Of course I do, Anna. You didn't help him either, Carl. After he was expelled from the university, he went to work at the mine. But it's good to have work. A mine is no place for a teenager, Carl. Patrick died in a cave-in. He asked for you to help, but you refused. Anna, I'm sorry. Forgive me. What for, Carl? For your daughter's death? For Patrick's death? For everything, Anna. Forgive me for everything. I can't forgive you, Carl. I died. You? Yes, Carl, I died too. I couldn't live without my children or with the monster that did this. Anna, it was your choice, Carl, and I'm very glad that they chose you for cloning, because every clone they make of you will suffer too. Suffer and know that you are to blame for all of this. I'm a monster. I let it all happen. It's my fault. I have to make it right. I have to make everything right immediately. Let me go. I have to save Martha. I have to help Patrick. Anna, I'm coming. Whoa, Carl. Finally, I did it. I found a vulnerability. You? Are you challenging my scientific seniority? No, but... That's right, but I will make note of your efforts in the Canon of Clones. Canon of Clones? What is that? Oh yes, I haven't told you yet. The Canon of Clones is the book that the clones will live by when there is no longer a single person born on Earth naturally. But why would they need a book? You've put everything they need in their heads. Even clones need to know how it all began. Here it is. Take a look. Then we can discuss it. Help in the suburbs. Can I talk to you about a personal matter? Yes. Okay, you helped me solve the problem with Carl Zero, so I'll help you. Let Docking come to see me somehow, and we'll figure something out. Okay. Yeah, Carl Zero looks a little upset. So is there anything around here that I can break into? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okie dokie. So we'll go... Is there anything in this cart? Negative. Alright, Mr. Dawkin. Ask about organs. Oh, suggest a solution. See if I talk to Weinberg about the delivery of unused organs. We have to do something. I think we have to make the most of this chance. Go see him and start making arrangements. Wait, what? Okie dokie. So I'll read his little book. And then we'll figure out what to do from there. Hey, look at that. 5,129. We were at 5,127, I think, when I started recording. Which is pretty cool. I like seeing the numbers going up while I'm recording. So, nothing interesting here, so I think we're good. Still need 60 Heimdall codes. Anyway, we're gonna go home. Do stuff. Let's go! Bills? One bill, the rent. It's paid. The rent has been paid! Isn't that fantastic? Alright, books. Hacking Patriot terminals. No. Hacking Exodus terminals. Canon of Clones. So Weinberg created a clone religion. He's made himself into a god, shelved the great leader, and decided to replace everyone else with clones. Pretty smart. That's enough to land him 3 life sentences. Maybe even get himself drawn and quartered. Cunningham will be pleased. Ooh, interesting. But not today. I'm going to give Docking the time to talk to Weinberg about getting the stuff set up. And then we'll turn Weinberg in because he's a fucking wacko. Sounds like an idea, right? Anyways. Alright, let's go ahead and go up here and talk to docking. Alright, let's go talk to Weinberg about his little clone religion anyway. I want to see if we have any special interaction about this. Or not. Talk about the canon of clones. Evan, I'm glad to see you. Well, have you read the canon of clones? Yes, I have. It reminds me of something. A fatherly creator, obedient prophets, mistakes and sins, just like some kind of religion. Now you're getting it. But why do clones need a religion? I've been studying the clones for a very long time, and I've long understood that even those soulless husks need something to believe in. I can put anything I want in them, so why not a new faith? The right faith. The right faith? Well, yes. The infallible creator scientist leaves his commandment as code with no ability to override them. And you are the infallible scientist? Do you know of any other candidates? Of course not. But the creator always has their prophets to transmit their knowledge and help strengthen the faith. You did me a great service in helping me with that vulnerability. Would you like me to include you in the canon? Why? What do I get from this canon? Think, Evan. The clone age is not far off. There will be fewer and fewer people every day. In your opinion, which is a better way to immortalize yourself? Being a tool in the ministry, or being a perfectly preserved clone memory? And what does that require from me? When the clones have liberated the world from people entirely, we will be the last remaining connection they have with the past. And then you and I will put an end to sin and imperfection on this planet. You and I put an end to... You mean... Yes, we will leave this life and leave behind us magnificent statues to be worshipped by every living being on Earth. Pretty cool, right? Do you like my statues? Yours will be the same, only smaller. Sure. Why not? I shall become Evan the Great or something like that. Hold on. You'll be Evan the Great, assistant to Isaac the Creator, the great ruler of the Chosen. Nothing more, but that is an honor too. What should I do next? When I need you, I'll let you know, that is all. He's a little nuts. The purpose of the cult is to overthrow the current government and establish a Carlo-centric system. What? He's a little crazy. Alright, if I have to get rid of you, I will. Okay? So if I come back tomorrow and you're still here docking, we're going to probably have a discussion with the ministry about your bad behavior. That's all. Alright, well let's call what's his face. And we'll go home. Wait a minute. I need to go look in Docking's desk. I could have swore that somebody had the code locks. Do I have code locks? Hold on. No, I have disk locks. I need to be able to hack disk locks, or code locks, which is the lock on Weinberg's desk. Alright, Docking, get out of your stall, please. Why am I knocking? Somebody explain that, please. It's because I'm stupid. Anyway. What's in your desk? Picking code locks. Alright. Whatever. I'll take both. Oh no, cameras have seen my theft. 195. I still need a lot more codes. Okay. Oh no! They caught me! And a 400 gold fine for each stolen item or correctional labor. 800 gold? Oh my gosh. I don't owe you anything. Blah 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 blah. Go away. I don't owe you anything, sir! I owe you nothing! Nothing! Alright, let's go home. Docking better be done. Okay, bills? I don't think there's really that many more bills coming. Wow, okay. Oh, that's right. Phone call. Well, hold on. Alright, phone call. Did you find anything on Weinberg? Report him. Weinberg is crazy. He plans to replace all people with his damn clones. It can be interpreted as the fantasies of a scientist who got a little carried away with his brainchild. You have any proof? Isn't the fact that he's practically planning a coup enough? I have the whole Bible written by him. It describes his every step. That's better. Tomorrow morning I'll arrest him and we'll remove another piece from the board. Meet me at the subway. Boom. Okay. Oh, that's right. Picking code locks. There's a ghost in here. My door, like, literally just shut itself. Alright. Boom. Alright, code locks. Let's go. Hi, Evan. Are you ready? I'm ready, James. Excellent. Let's arrest this bastard. He's not really a bastard. He's just crazy. What does all this mean? It means that we're arresting you, former comrade Weinberg. You? This is nonsense. You can't arrest me. I am a world-famous scientist. I am the head of this floor. I am the head scientist in the cloning project. The leader himself appointed me here. Times change, Isaac. You crossed the line of trust when you decided to create a cult around yourself. A cult around myself? Nonsense. What about the canon of clones? Didn't you want to become a god? How? Redgrave. Is this your doing, Redgrave, you lousy bastard, telling everyone about the canon of clones? What have you done? You could have been a prophet. You could have kept the memory of your name alive for centuries. I trusted you. You deceived me. I'm tired of his shouting. Take this genius away and shut his mouth so he can't say anything to the guards. Well. Good work, goof work, Evan. The country and the leader thank you. Yes, but I didn't even come close to solving the mystery of my father's death. That's where you are mistaken. You're one step away from it. What? How? I think that after today's success, the great leader will allow you a visit. Me? But what will I say to him? What does the death of my father have to do with it? All in good time. When you receive your invitation, contact me. I'll explain everything. Deal, James. I'll be sure to call you. Excellent. Once again, congratulations on a job well done. Anyway, let's open his desk. What's in your desk, Mr. Weinberg? Biometric safe. I mean, I'll just take it. Is there anything in this stand here? Nope. Is there anything on this? Another biometric safe. And 230 out of 250. I still need 20 Heimdall codes. Is there anything in here? I went through everybody's desks and took everything that was in them. Well, actually, hold on. Maybe I didn't. All right, so give me just a moment here, and then we're gonna get to doing finishing things. Okay, so I have all the Heimdall codes. I found out I got all the Heimdall codes. I figured out which where I missed the final code, and the final code was actually in Magda Rakovich's desk. Apparently, when you find that folder that belongs to the ministry, she leaves her office. And if she leaves her office, you can invade her desk. You know? Facepalm. So, I don't care about you, Mr. Docking. You are no longer important to me, sir. Pardon me for just a second here. We're gonna open up your desk. We're gonna put these little drugs inside. Oh my gosh. You have prohibited items in your desk, sir. Tisk, tisk, tisk. That is so bad of you. So, let's report misconduct. Oh my gosh, Steven. You're such a bad boy. And guards are gonna beat up a guy with an aneurysm, too. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. So, yeah. Let's apply for promotion. Yeah, we're done. Goodbye. We have access to floor 37 now. Let's see here. We're just gonna go ahead and shut this. We're gonna go home, tell Cunningham, and then we're gonna go up to floor 37. And I believe that's where we're done with the game. Kind of mad at myself that I never figured out that you could break into Magda's desk and get the last 10 Heimdall codes. Like, I was seriously sitting around for like the past hour trying to figure it out. Like, where do I look? James, I've been promoted to the very top. Hot damn, Evan. Finally, that's the best news I've heard since I can't remember. The last time we had such good news. Now what? What's our next move? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't have a next move. We are entering Terra Incognita. I have no idea what awaits us on the top floor. Your father always fell silent when I asked about it. I don't mean to be rude, James, but are you shitting me? I've worked all the way up to the top, and you don't know what I'm going to find there? You'll find answers, Evan, and that I'm sure of. And this time I'm coming with you. Your clearance allows you to bring visitors with you. You're one of the gods now. Thank you, James. Honestly, I'd feel better with you around. We won't have a single question unanswered. Heimdall, the death of your father, all the injustices perpetrated in the name of the leader. We'll find the answers to every question and hold the guilty accountable. Meet me near the elevator, Evan. Awesome! Bills? Okay. I'll just pay them both because this is it! We're just gonna do it. Screw another episode. Maybe, this is it. Or... No, actually, no. Yeah, well, we'll make this into another episode. No. I mean, is it going to be that much? No, I don't think it's going to be that much. Probably that much left. So we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. Let's go. Mr. Cunningham's all the way over here. Hi, Mr. James Cunningham. How are you? Alright. Well, Evan, are you ready? I think so, James. Are you sure? Perhaps you still have some unfinished business in the ministry. Any promises you still have to keep? Something tells me that there's no going back once we go into the elevator. Go to the top floor. I have no unfinished business. Let's go. It's time to get some answers. Excellent, my boy. Let's go. That's right. We're going. Ooh. Uh-huh. Talk, talk, talk. Ding. Whoa! He just got his brains blown out. Wait, is that Hemnitz? No, that can't be Hemnitz. He's dead. He was hung. We saw him get hung. But it certainly looks like Hemnitz. It is Hemnitz. Hemnitz, what? What the hell? How? Why? Yeah, those are all my questions. From your exclamations, it's hard to tell what you're more stunned by. Cunningham's tragic death or my own miraculous resurrection. I dare say both events are equally shocking to you, so I'll give you some time to have a look around. Oh, here's a computer. Is this where I activate Heimdall? This would be. Wrong password. Nothing. Okay, can't do nothing. So I assume we're going to get all of our answers here. Okay, Hemnitz. Tell me. I'm sure you figured out a lot of things out as you scrambled your way to the top, but I imagine you still have a lot of questions. Ask away. We have plenty of time. Just please don't do anything stupid. I have enough rounds left in this gun to put you next to Cunningham 8 times over. Who are you really? I'm George Hemnitz, and now, without any false modesty, I can say that I am the smartest member of the inner circle. Inner circle. That's what we call the elite group of people who really govern this country. The rest all laughed at me. They saw my return to being a senior manager in the Citizens Appeals Department as a foolish flight of fancy. They even came up with a word for it. Downshifting. But only there, down below, can you see all the vulnerabilities of the system. Only by pretending to be one of the mere mortals could I find ways to access other structures, such as the Internal Investigations Division. All it took was a little dirt scraped from the very bottom, just 342 incoherent reports, a little indirect evidence, and the rest of the inner circle being corrupt. 14 blurry photos, to be exact, and that was it. James Aldous Cunningham took the bait and started digging. Ask about the execution. How is it possible? You were executed. I saw you hanged in public with my own eyes. You weren't the only one who witnessed it, and that was the point. There was nothing supernatural about it. Bribes for the guards, a climbing safety rig under my jacket, a couple of claps and a hook for the noose. The really hard part was having to hang there without moving after that little show for the following 18 hours and 43 minutes. But why? You know, you seem like a smart man. You made your way to the top after all, and yet you still don't get some very simple things. Strange. It's so the others think I'm no longer around. My rivals are more dangerous than yours, Evan. What rivals? Ferguson, DeSalvo, Weinberg. While I was dead, they were competing with each other, thinking that they didn't have to worry about anyone else behind their backs. Inner circle. Me, Ferguson, DeSalvo, Weinberg, and your father. That's the whole inner circle. What about the wise leader? Doesn't he rule everything? Evan, are you really that much of a fool? That old loon never ruled anything. It's been that way from the very beginning. What? Just wait, you'll still have a chance to chat with him today, and why not? You've definitely earned your audience. Cunningham. Why'd you kill him? Nothing personal. Cunningham played his part, and therefore it was time to remove him. He had become waste material. And what was his part? He may have mentioned that he had a superior. I was that superior, although he never once saw me, and he received all his orders by telephone. I don't think he ever guessed that the first circumstantial evidence he found on the inner circle also came from me. My dad. Was my father involved? Your father's work on Heimdall, not by himself, of course. He was a talented administrator and politician, but no scientist. He did achieve a real breakthrough. His team discovered how to completely block the signal for individual recipients. Without this, there would be no point to the project. The entirety of the powerful elite would also be under the influence of the signal. I, for one, didn't much fancy becoming a slobbering idiot jumping through hoops for whoever's standing at the control panel. Put simply, Heimdall is as much Caleb Redgrave's child as you are, and considering the fact that you and your father barely spoke to each other, I cannot unequivocally say which of you he loved more. Heimdall Project. What is this project? What is the purpose of it? To control people using repeater towers spread throughout the city. 2,841 of them altogether connect to a single network. If you adjust the wavelength properly and send a signal, you can make people do anything you like. What's more, it's possible to create more complex patterns and command different people to do different things. You can make ordinary people obey and not complain, make soldiers go to war, make workers work. You can command everyone to be happy, and they'll be happy. Or you can order everyone to voluntarily go to the nearest euthanasia center and free up some space. One way or another, each individual will become a link in the great chain, part of a self-sustaining system that sees everything and hears everything. This is Heimdall. Alright, bosses in the inner force. Why was it necessary to get me to deal with the bosses? As I said, I needed someone to help get rid of my competitors. Let's discuss how well that went. Ferguson, thanks to you, that pompous turkey of a man will be kept very busy digging holes for pools he'll never get to swim in. Great work! As for DeSalvo, a pure psychopath who would have been put down like a rabid dog a long time ago. Of course, I can't say I haven't gotten my hands dirty from time to time, but I believe that violence should be justified and functional. The things he did were inexcusable and unforgivable. You did everyone a favor by putting an end to it all. And as for Weinberg, things got out of hand with that clown and his clones. Let's let him see what an ideal society truly looks like. You were right not to get swept up in his ideas. We'd be heading for a future overrun with clones otherwise. I think it's only fitting that he serve as biomaterial to help create the clones he loved so much. And as for where that leaves us, you did a superlative job. Well done! You played your part in my symphony without missing a single note. You're the star performer. Anyway, I give Evan the clap. Anyway. The inner circle has been eliminated, and now I'm the only one left. I'll be sure to give you a certificate of merit for all your hard work, Evan Redgrave. My father's death. How did my dad die? I'll make no secret of the fact that Caleb posed a problem for all of us. While he was developing had the potential to not just shake the scales of power, Heimdall was also capable of simply smashing the scales into dust. And opinions on the matter differed. Some didn't believe that such a project could actually be completed. Some wanted to wait until development was finished so that they could take it for themselves. And some were quite content with the current balance of power. But then, the first test exceeded our wildest expectations. It was 100% effective, but your father, and this was a surprise, suddenly grew a conscience. So you all had him killed. Who was the one who did it? You? I think he was just trying to protect you. None of us had any qualms about harming each other's families, after all. You won't believe me, of course, and why should you? But your father jumped out that window himself. You're right. I don't believe a word of it. You don't have to believe it. You can watch the surveillance camera footage yourself from the terminal. The password is Icarus. Oh. Okay, that's what that thing over here is. Well, the camera symbol. Well, let's take a look. Shall we take a look at my father's tragic demise? Or Evan's father's tragic demise? Oh, yes. Great job, Redgrave. A real breakthrough. I won't let you bastards have Heimdall. You'll all only make things worse. To hell with you. You protected your son. We understand and respect that. But you didn't do anything to protect yourself. How long do you think you will last on my table? You've got to jump off cliffs all the time and build your wings on the way down. What? Isaac, what is he talking about? Well, there goes Daddy. Woo! And he made that jump. He sure did. He jumped out that window like a pro. Damn. Well, okay. I'm sure you figured out a lot of things as you scramble out. Ask why I'm here. I understand all that, but why does it have to do with what does it have to do with me? Damn it! The threat of death of his son would have been enough to get Caleb to give up and hand over access to the first person to get to you. So he was clever about it. He tuned Heimdall to your biometrics, DNA, and vital signs. Then he killed himself. So you are the only person in the world who can activate the program. But why he stashed those boxes with launch codes all over the ministry, which, again, only you can open, I do not quite understand. So you have to be alive, healthy, and calm, that is, not in pain or under stress, to launch Heimdall. That's why you weren't dragged into this office right away. That's why the boss of each floor tried, let's say, to draw you into the orbit of their interests. Father's letter. Father's first letter, you wrote it, right? Let's just say I edited it a little. The original was much more voluminous. Caleb described the inner circle, Heimdall, and his plans in detail. Yeah, that would be very descriptive. But the phrase, don't trust anyone, belongs to him. You should have listened to your father, Evan. I should have known. You're right about that. I even thought back then, does this guy really have no questions? Like, why the hell is Dad writing in riddles instead of just telling everything like it is? By the way, you have a big mouth, Evan. You told Cunningham about me and the letter immediately, and I asked you to keep everything a secret. Finish that trip down the memory lane, and let's get down to business. Leader. You said that the wise leader doesn't decide anything. Oh yes, you have a unique opportunity to see the wise, great, fair leader exactly how he really is. If you're going to weep, if you're going to weep in disappointment, don't do it too loud. There's a button in the terminal. The password is organic vegetable. You'll appreciate the joke soon enough. Oh, really? Well, let's have a look. Whoa. Oh, organic vegetable. Okay, he's bedridden. I get the joke. The wise leader. Let's talk to him. If he can talk. Can he talk? Hello? Hello, is that you? Caleb? No, you look a lot like him. I'm his son. I have so many questions for you. I don't even know where to start. I'm sorry to disappoint you, young man, but I don't know very much. I will have something to ask of you, but that's for later. In the meantime, I'll ask your questions. If I can, I will answer. Inner Circle. Do you know about the Inner Circle? Do you even know what's going on in the ministry? I have no idea what you're talking about. These people don't really ask for my opinion, and why would they? What? You're the wise leader. And what does that mean? The wise leader is an image, nothing more. You are the father of the nation, the leader of the great state, the conscious mind and honor of our era. Ugh. I want to tell you a story. It's hard to believe, but once, a very long time ago, I was a teenager. Fantasy books were incredibly popular at the time, kind of like fairy tales for adults. Have you ever read anything like that? Those kinds of books are banned. They say that every citizen must build a real life, not live in fantasies. Well, when I was young, these books were everywhere, and the hardest part was finding the good stories among all the rest, my friend. My friend told me the simplest way of identifying the bad ones, you have to read the description on the back, and if you come across a sentence containing more than 3 words that start with a capital letter, the book is most likely rubbish. This technique still works almost 100% of the time. I hope you now understand why I'm quite sick and tired of all these wise leaders, conscious minds, and so on. Why don't you do anything? You just lie there while injustice happens all around you in your own name? What can I do? I have long been just a tired old man who can't even move more than 100 steps away from these machines. Would you like to hear how I became the wise leader? I was an aspiring theater actor when the revolution started. I mostly played small parts. The most humiliating experience I ever had was portraying a corpse for 3 hours. Seems ironic now, doesn't it? So the revolutionaries stormed a theater during one of these shows and shot dead every actor for worshipping bourgeois values. They left me, or Burgess values. They left me alone, seeing as I was already acting dead. A week later, I encountered them on the street. They were shocked. They must have remembered my face. Then someone yelled, "It's a miracle!" And before I knew it, I was put on a pedestal to give a speech. Either out of fear or relief, I got carried away with it. Turns out, I was great at making rousing speeches. Within a fortnight, I was the face of the revolution, and as you can guess, it became my job to speak everyone else's words from a stage, inspiring and motivating others. I was a nobody, and I remained a nobody. Just an echo. At least now, I don't have to play dead anymore. As you can see, I already look much deader than any corpse. Health. What is all this? Why are you here? What are these organs and these tubes for? I'm over 100 years old. They continue to transplant failing organs into me and keep me hooked up to life support. The worst thing is, nobody cares what I want. When they don't need me, they put me in an induced coma. When they do need me, they usually to record yet another propaganda video, they raise me from the dead. Why? Wouldn't it be less trouble to use lookalikes? We had those for a time. But they all wanted something. Money, women, or just to get drunk all the time. After a couple of unfortunate incidents, it was decided to just go back to the one person who already accepted his fate long ago. I'm not blind. I'm easily replaceable. They just don't want to go through the effort. What request? You said a request? I understand that asking this from a stranger is too much, but there might be no other chance. I'm so tired. I'm so sick of myself. So many years have passed, and I'm still the same soulless talking machine. I want you to kill me. What? Kill me, I beg you. Stop this meaningless agony. After all, so many people have been deprived of their organs to support my life. And I'm just a scratched-up turntable, playing the same record over and over again. Unplugging me is pointless. Those life supports have a great many safeguards. Just take a pillow. Kill me, friend, do the right thing, end my suffering. Wow, what a request. So he wants me to pity kill him. Hey, isn't this how Silent Hill 2 started? Wait, sorry, I'm getting my games mixed up. For some reason, I thought it was at the beginning of Silent Hill 2. Okay. So he wants me to pity kill him. Okay, yes. Okay, I will help you. I'm sorry. Not at all. May your hand be steady. Please know, you're doing me a great kindness. Yeah, I would agree. I like the look of Evan's character. He's always got this, like, look of, you know, like he's skeptical of everything going on around him. And he is El Dedo's son. Good job, Evan. You're a good murderer. I murdered the wise leader. Okay. What do you want? Each of the bosses wanted something. What do you want? Me? What do you think I want? Something tells me that a person whose mind could weave such a plan to eliminate competitors doesn't simply want to enjoy the power. Well, cards on the table, right? Spit it out. I've been here for many years in this muddy pool of yours that you call the Great State for some unfathomable reason. What can be so great about such a colossal mound of shit? You're like maggots crawling around in the garbage, incapable of imagining anything better. What use is your freedom if you don't know what to do with it? You yourselves gave it up to a handful of wicked people many years ago. And it would have been fine if you only poisoned your own lives, but you've built everything around the fact that someone else is to blame. Everything from economics to demographics is tied to a war with your neighbors who are also responsible. It turns out for your inability to go and do something about it. Oh my god, you're a mole. A Borean! I've forgotten who I am over the years, but I have not forgotten that I want to end this damned war that continues to take so many lives. That's why I'm here, Evan. I want to use Heimdall to stop this meat grinder, so that your people and my people can safely build our own happiness. Well then, Evan, it's time to do what you've spent so much time working towards. Now you will launch Heimdall and hand control over to me. And don't try anything funny. I still have the revolver. I can live without Heimdall. You can't live without your head. Oh, lovely. Alright, turn it on. Whoa. What is this? Whoa. A force field. That's cool. Haha, bitch. I can do what I want. Wow, it's some kind of force field. Father even thought of that. Now I really can make my own choice. Welcome to the Heimdall control system. Congratulations on getting administrator privileges, Evan Redgrave. You have 250 codes for protocol changes. The maximum is 250. Connect independent circuits. Codes required 50. Isolate Heimdall. Codes required 0. Add administrator. That would be giving control over to Hemnitz. Happiness for all, free of charge. Codes required 200. God mode. Codes required 200. You've got to jump off cliffs all the time and build your wings on the way down. Codes required 250. Obviously, that's the best ending, right? Best possible ending. So, here it is. Best ending. The content of the protocol has been hidden by a previous administrator. Initialize this protocol? Yes! Protocol initialized. Achievement unlocked, up to you. Playing the preset phrase. You've made the right choice, son. I'm proud of you, and I love you very much. Protocol loaded. Let's see.
A low pulsating hum droned through the city, filling the air, boring into every mind, and bending every single person to its mechanical will. Men and women, adults and children, rich and poor. In just a few minutes, the entire population submitted to Heimdall's power. From then on, people thought, felt, wished, and did only what was required of them. You can't force a person to be happy against their will, but what if you forcefully give them free will? What if you instill in them a single thought? From now on, you make your own decisions and take responsibility for your own actions.
It's true.
Could it bring about peace? The inhabitants of Helmer were the first to become truly independent. Even though their lives weren't perfect, their choices were often far from ideal, and the consequences of these choices were painful. But they had their own choices, their own happiness, and their own mercy. The ministers, all of them were executed. The monstrous and useless bureaucratic apparatus was gradually dismantled, and the ministry building was turned into a museum dedicated to senseless cruelty. Evan became a full-fledged member of the new society. When asked about what happened in the last days of the great state, he would only smile and stay silent.
Of course he would.
He had no wish to recall his time spent in the ministry or the nightmares that he witnessed and took part in. Evan lost himself in real work and finally reunited with his family. Until the very end of his life, he tried to erase from his memory the faces of his superiors and colleagues, wishing fervently that he could stop hearing military marches in the distance and the roar of 1,000 voices chanting, "All hail the wise leader."
That's it? That's it? No credits? Oh, here. We can just run the credits. And there's the team that made this game. Really, honestly, I'm satisfied with that ending. I thought it was pretty great. To be honest, good ending. The gameplay is really good. I mean, for being what it is. Because for what it is, it's, you know, it's just very... Even though it's linear, that's the word I was looking for. Even though it is linear, you only have one path to the top. It doesn't seem that, you know, it kind of gives you the illusion that Evan's choices don't matter, when in fact they do matter in the end. In the grand scheme of it all, Evan's choices matter because he needs to collect, you know, you need to collect the Heimdall codes, but in the end, his choices matter because without the codes, he can't give everybody the free will that his father wanted to give everybody. I mean, for the most part, from what it seems, they kind of give you the illusion of choice not mattering in such a linear game. Even though there's like, you know, even though you could do all the same things all over again, you could murder every one of your colleagues and get all the way to the top, and you could still get all the codes. But what matters is the final choice that you make. So it's kind of a weird way to put multiple endings into the game, because, you know, your choice really doesn't matter. From what it seems, your choices don't matter about how you treat your colleagues and even your bosses all the way up to the end. In fact, it seems to me that you could keep the bosses alive and get all the way to the top. At least, that's what I would think. Maybe. So, anyways, though, that is the end of this game. I'm actually really glad I played it. Awesome game, you guys. And, in fact, the whole theme is, like, shattering the grand illusion. And that's actually what Evan's father did in the end, is he allowed the grand illusion to be shattered. Now that I think about it. So, pretty cool. I like it. Awesome game. Just going to leave it there. So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye-bye.